like you're standing still, don't you?
Yep.
Like, see, but she's the
Oh
only one
yeah.
I know make you feel like you can be on a treadmill, but you feel like you're just standing still. Like, am I on am I running? Is the machine on? Like, you be like tapping, like, is my life doing anything? Because Siobhan Bowman just like bringing the heat. Boom, boom, boom. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be a Siobhan Bowman though, right? I don't want some of y'all get all competitive and like, man, I can't compete. And then you like, oh man, I can't do what Siobhan Bowman does. Most people can't. I don't even know what she can do what she does, but she does it. So here's the deal. I'm excited. I'm fired up, y'all. I'm listening to y'all. I'm man, I'm jockey in my head. It's like everybody, y'all like in my head. Y'all know it's hoodie season too now in the DMV. I don't know. In Houston, it wasn't hoodie season.
Yes.
But you can get your hoodie. Everybody get a green sheet. You can go to 128hcplan.com and get your apparel. So bam, just want to put that announcement out there. You know, let me tuck the strings in so I don't mess up so y'all can see everybody get a green sheet. You know what to get. Anyway, I went to Houston and some takeaways. Ooh, man, it was amazing, amazing event. The energy, the passion, and I'm gonna bring one thing to, you know, and I was listening to Juan Jaime. He's like, man, listen, here's something what we do. We got to understand when he's talking this presentation about this opportunity. He's like, there's some companies that do a good job in the financial sector, in the money sector, right? You got some of your Merrill Lynch's, your TD Price, you got some of these big companies, right? Maybe your Charles Schwab, some of these big broker houses, right? You know what I mean? But when you start thinking about that, now maybe they do pretty good. But when was the last time? This is when he really got hit home to me. When was the last time they called you? You or your family members. When was the last time you got a call? You or your family members got a call from some of these big brokerage houses, right? It's like, man, some of these Wall Street traders. Are these Wall Street traders picking up the phone calling you? Because they call them their clients.
Mm-hmm.
But are they calling you and your family? And it hit me, John. He's like, man, I'm so passionate. He said, because like I've been on both sides. I've been on the non-rich side and I've been on the rich side, right? And this industry, he said, this industry has put me on the rich side. I've been on the non-rich side, but over the last 19 years, I've been on the rich side, right? He said, last year, I made over almost close to $2 million. I've been making $1 million for quite a few times a year. So I've been on the rich side and I've been on the non-rich side.
Mm-hmm.
And it started to make me see something. Why I'm so passionate? Because there's people who need this information and we think it's about us and the money we can make, but there's people who need this information. Because the people with the knowledge are not getting the average everyday person. Are y'all with me? See, Wall Street to Main Street. And I know with some people make the mistake, they thinking about their street. My street.
Ooh.
I hear you. Your street, my street. But it's Wall Street to Main Street. And when you get out the my, like Johnny Gill and start thinking about the we, start speaking French, woo, that's where your money starts to come in. See, Lacey's out there getting it. Bam, 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 app after app, person after person, doing it, hitting it. Are y'all with me? She's in a zone. Boom, 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 boom. And he's like, well, how can I keep up with Lacey? Well, you don't have to compete with Lacey, but you gotta get off your butt and go do something. Are y'all with me? We got to get past oh, my excuses, oh, my darling, oh, my tongue. See, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. You got to be willing to run. I'm just telling y'all right now, we got a window of running. It's funny because I'm watching a guy who walked away from millions of dollars a year. He's like, I'll make $1 million no matter what. And then when I left that behind to go start to come to Xperts. He said, I see what's so big because I didn't own my client base. I didn't, right? And I see what this offers. And I got a lot to replace. See, if you're making $2 million and you walk away from that, you got a lot to replace. See, some of us haven't walked away from something because you're still doing it. So you're doing some addition. Well, this is a multiplication type of opportunity. This ain't even multiplication. This is exponential. See, 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is still 4. But when you take 2 plus 3 is what? 5. But 2 times 3 is what? 6. Ooh. But then
6.
take 2 plus 4 is what? 6. 2 times 4 is what? 8. You see that? You got some increases. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is still 4. Small numbers, you multiply it, still similar. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. The multiplication goes a little bit more. But 2 times 4 is 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. So then you start to get some separation. Are y'all with me? You're seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
But now you go exponentially. You do it one more time. 2 times 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 times 5 is what? 10. You're getting some growth. But watch this. Add a little juice to it and add some explanation. 3 plus 3 is what?
6.
6. 3 times 3 is what?
9.
9. Ooh. See, you see the difference now? Just by adding from going from 2 to 3, that multiplication it gives a bigger gap, right? Now you do this. 3 to the third power exponentially. Now what's that number?
27.
27.
27.
Now you see how that does. Now you see what exponential growth does.
3.
Now you see the exponential growth. See, 3 plus 3 is 6. Now you do a multiplication. 3 times 3 is 9. You're like, ooh, I got some separation there. But now you start doing exponential growth. Now it's 3 times 3 times 3. Oh, I'm at 27. 3 to the third power is 27. Ooh. Are y'all catching that?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh, let me try another number. See, now you got 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. See, it's just numbers, y'all. When you understand what you got, we got an exponential opportunity. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. But 4 to the fourth power, 4 exponential is 4 times 4, 16 times 4 is what? Woo, 56?
64.
64? Ooh.
64.
Are y'all seeing the difference now? Do you want to be 8? And see, some of y'all like, I'm good with addition. Some of y'all like, I don't even do nothing. I just got the 4 and I'm good just sitting at 4. Yeah. Right? And some say, I'm good with addition. Eric, I got a little bit more. I got to add a little bit. Add a little bit of money. There's some of y'all good with multiplication. Eric, ooh, man, you see my check? Ooh, I'm really doing something. Same opportunity, different mindset. But see, some of y'all don't realize, when you realize you got an exponential machine called Xperts Financial Group, you can have 64 with the same effort, a little bit more effort. Are y'all with me? It doesn't take a lot because the machine is exponential. Ooh. Now this is the Eric Robinson training. That's what I learned. That's what I walked away with. Now he didn't say that, so that's how I walked away. Are y'all catching that?
Yes.
See, some of y'all are operating this with just the additions. Like if I took my calculator out, so I go on my calculator, and so you can see my calculator. I got the basic calculator. You got the plus, minus, like this, right? Basic numbers, plus, minus, and multiplication. But do y'all know what happens when I go like this? Turn it sideways. I got some new features now. I can start doing same phone. I just put a little bit different. I can now get some exponential growth. Ooh. Same phone, I just turned the calculator sideways and it gave me access to more things. Some of y'all are operating your business like this in basic mode. Turn it sideways and it kicks into exponential mode. That's a choice. 4 to the fourth power, 256. Ooh. Yeah, we just did 4 to the third power. I'm sorry, we stopped. 4 to the fourth power, 256. 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 to the fourth power is 256. Thank you, Marcella. Do y'all understand what that can do? When you can exponential growth into your bank account. This translates to dollars and cents into your account.
Yep.
You can add a few dollars, or you can add a few $100, or you can add a few $1,000, or you can add a few $100,000, or you can add a few millions. Which do you really want? Now, some people will come out and tell you, Eric, I just need a couple of little bit. I just need a little bit, I'm good. Hey, ain't no problem with that. Let's be good. Some people say, Eric, for me to be good, I need a couple extra $100 a month. You put a couple extra $100 a month in my bank account, I'm good, right? Life is good, life is grand. But if some people say, Eric, I need a couple extra $1,000. Man, you give me a couple extra $1,000, life is good, life is grand. But some people say, I need a couple extra $100,000 a year. Life is gooder, life is grander. Are y'all with me? But do you know, can I share something with you? The energy, effort, and effort that it takes to put a couple of $100 a year and a couple of $1,000 a year is more energy and effort to put $100, a few dollars. You really got to hustle hard in this business to make less than $100 in a year. I'm telling you, if you show up and do some of the activities, you got to hustle mighty hard, mighty wrong to make just a less than $100. If you're doing any activities, because I don't know the heck you're doing, right? Because just one client is going to pay you that. But if you out there making phone calls, you're doing it, and you ain't made $100, you doing some hard work or some wrong work, right? Now to go to a couple of $100 a year, I'm talking about in the year, a couple $100 a year. Eric, will you that stuff? Now I'm telling y'all the truth. To go to a couple $100 a year in this business and you showing up and doing work, that's hard work. That's mental stress to me. That's mentally stressful to me. If I say, Eric, in this business, see, I've done it in other industries where you can work in regular some MLM business, you hustle, busting your butt, and you make $100, $200, $300 for the whole year, right? But over here in the time exponential machine, it's like the money pit. Like you go in that thing over here, that's hard work.
Facts.
Are y'all with me? To make less than $1,000 a year, it's hard work. Mary, were you trying to come in? I'm telling you, you're working too hard or you ain't doing nothing at all. But do you know to make a couple of $1,000 a year? Now I'm talking about less than $10,000. $10,000 or less. Do you realize if you're showing up and doing the work, that's still hard work. That's labor intensive. Making $10,000 or less. That's labor intensive, y'all. If you're doing something. But do you know when you start making 10,000 plus a year, 10,000 to $100,000 a year, do you realize the work is less harder?
Yep. The more money you make, the easier it gets.
Yeah. The work is less harder. You know, Uncle Jock.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, trust me, we ain't there yet. I still feel like I'm in a hard work zone. So I'm coming to y'all, telling y'all some mindset shifts I got to make. Right. I remember the conversation we had, Jock. I remember where we was at. I don't remember the day where we was at, right? And I was asking you, we starting to do some things a couple of years ago. We starting to get some growth. And I was like, man, now our business is starting to do some things. We're starting to see some money. What do you feel safe as a number, right? Because we're commission based. So I got to kind of measure my budget, right? How do you go live your lifestyle when it's commission based? It's up and down. I've been commission based for 30 plus years of my life. So some of y'all sitting back salary, I ain't had that cushion. I've been commission based for 30 years. Yep. 30 years in commission, different businesses, different opportunities, different companies, selling cars is commission, right? Real estate was commission. Network marketing is commission, right? Now insurance is commission. So I've been commissioned for 30 years. And so all my life, rounding all my life, paid the price. So here's the thing. I was like, well, what number you feel comfortable at? And you had a high number. Now I'm like, yeah, I got to run my bills down here. because I'm like, I gotta make sure things are taken care of. So I operate below my means, but what I really, and you was higher than me. But now, I'm looking at it, funny, the number that I had now, that I say what I'm looking at for the month
Mm-hmm.
is now a weekly income.
So paint that picture though, or broaden the scope so people can really pick up what you're putting down.
So for me, even I was at the ED, I was like, you know what? I know where I'm trying to get to. I know where I'm trying to go, right? I see it. But the number I had, and just like for me, I was like, I'm basing my bills off of, I was saying it's like 4,000, right? I'm like, I'm gonna use 4,000 right now. Anything over is great. Anything under, but that's my number. So I don't want to make a commitment. I can't commit to about $4,000. And I know I'm trying to get to $1 million a month, but I'll put a ceiling.
You know why we were talking about this, right? Because that's when we started looking for like offices and we were looking at what we was going to invest in.
Yeah, yes, Jock. So we was like, okay, man, that's what it was. We were looking at what can we invest in. So now we got to start putting money into our business. What can we look to do? And my number, I was like, well, I got to make sure I don't go over that because I don't, anything else, I got to cover that gap. But now it's like, when I'm saying to them, like, man, that number now is a weekly number. And sometimes that number is a paycheck number that comes twice a week. And I'm like,
But it was a conservative monthly number about a year and a half ago, right?
year and a half ago, come on, John, a year and a half ago, that was conservative. That was a conservative number a year and a half ago. So what I'm trying to tell you, what was conservative a year and a half could now become a week. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing it. That can really become a day number.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all catching that? And I was
Mm-hmm.
the forward thinking. So what I'm trying to tell you, as your business grows, when you start understanding you got an exponential machine, your life starts to become easier though. Doesn't mean less work. It's just saying it becomes easier. So Uncle John, talk about that. I just want to get your idea. Do you feel like business is starting to become easier? That means you're doing less work, but do you start to feel that your business is becoming easier now when your vision? Because you had a higher number from the beginning than me.
I think I won't say the business is becoming easier. What it is you're getting more cooperation as you're building your team, as you build your business, you get more of a co-op. And if you can put some people in place to kind of help with some of the heavy lifting that goes on in your business, that's kind of what happens. When we stumbled on a book called The Who Not the How, and that actually has helped, I think, a lot of people out because we took that information to some folks and we saw people starting to acquire and get assistance to help them in business. You know what I mean? So the work is the work. The work was there before we signed up for Xperia. The
Because see,
work's gonna
you
be
just
there.
said it. The work, the heavy lifting, that makes it easier, right?
Yes.
Then some assistance. That's what I'm saying. The business becomes a little bit easier
Yes.
as you start to make more. And so what I'm trying to tell you, the understanding you mentioned, John, the under who, not the how. It was the understanding of how do we make this thing, how do we make this thing grow, and attacking that. It wasn't the money didn't show first. We didn't wait. So when we get the money, now the money showed up after.
Right.
You started. Let me do the things needed to make this thing work, to make this thing a little bit easier.
Yes.
The money showed up after we got the office. We got the office. He's like, okay, come on, we got to go for it. We got to invest in ourselves. That came up later. The
Right.
money showed up after that. Are y'all catching that? So it's because I don't want you to start thinking like, oh, well, now you make a little bit more money. Now, no. And I'm telling y'all, I'm not there yet. So I just want y'all to think like, oh, he's fat cat, he's right. No, I got to get to a freaking $1 million a month. I got to get to $1 million a year. I got to get there. Are y'all with me? I see the path, but I understand the vehicle that I have.
Yeah.
When you understand the vehicle you have, you stop worrying about you as the driver.
And Eric, once you become good at knowing the vehicle that you have and knowing how to service and fuel that vehicle properly, man, everything changes. Everything.
Everything changes. Y'all. See, most people still, some of y'all still stuck in you, the driver mode. What you, the driver, has to do is realize you, the vehicle. If you got a Ferrari and you're in a race, because everybody's on limited time in our life. We got limited time on this earth to make a certain amount of money, to make an impact, to leave a legacy. We don't have all the time in the world. We don't have all the time in the world. So when you start operating like that, you are in a race. You're in a race for time. There is a time clock on our life, period. Let's just get that. Let's get the monkey out the room, or the elephant out the room, whatever. There's a time clock on everybody's life. So you're in a race. And here's the deal. Your age does not determine the race. Because there's young people dying just as much as there are old folks dying. There's young people getting sick just as much as there's old people getting sick. You know, Stephen talks about his stroke 3 or 4 years ago. He was a healthy young man, fit, boom, 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 muscle, da, 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 da. It doesn't happen. I was just listening to a live stream of one of my good friends, well, classmate, I'm going to say good friends, and former collegiate athlete. And he's talking about now he just had heart surgery. He went to the doctor, said, man, get a checkup. He said he went in for a checkup. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, he's in emergency in the ICU ward. Former collegiate athlete, top player, played professional basketball, great shape. He's a year older than me. So what I'm trying to tell you, it ain't no time. Ooh, sorry to hear about it, Takesha. She said her 4-year-old cousin passed away last week from a heart attack. See, I'm trying to tell y'all, we're in a freaking race. And once you understand that, you start to stop worrying about, we got a Ferrari. We got in the race with a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, whatever it is. We experience is that car. And what I'm trying to tell you is you got people out there who's so excited and fired up. And if you know, you can just go out there and attract them. And that's the last thing I'm going to share. I'm turning over to you, Nicole, because I was sitting down with dinner with this gentleman, with ED. He's like, Eric, man, listen, I was with the previous company, and we had about 70, 50, 60 agents over there. Came over here. He's like, 15 came with me. He's been here for a couple of months now. He said, I personally have recruited about 104 people. Personally.
About how many?
104. He said, I personally recruited about 104 sniping. He said, most of my team didn't come over here. He said, I'm on the grind. We're running the business. We got my operations. Me and my wife, we had this thing systemized. But he said, and now he said, Eric, I'm looking for people trying to get licensed. I'm looking at licensed agent, unlicensed agent. If you ain't licensed, you got to be ready to get licensed. If you talking about you ain't trying to get licensed, that's a knockout. I don't deal with you. He said, I recruit, and I'm running this system. I'm not sitting there walking with the walkers, right? Or sitting with the sitters. I walk with the walkers, run with the runners, but I can't sit with the sitters. He's like, I left something, an income that we had, and I got to replace it. He said, Eric, when me and my wife first met, he said, we ain't had nothing. We was living in a house, living on the floor. We got married, and she was we met online, and she was an immigrant to this country. Then she ended up getting sick, and she was sharing her story. And fortunately, we had life insurance. He said, this industry really changed my life. He said, because we saw the business, we got started, and we got our own policy. When my wife got sick, we was able to, and she shared the story, they got a check for $250,000. It was a term policy. He said, we got a check for $250,000 when she got sick to help us through this time. And now she's been healed and recovered, thank God. But she had the big C, and she recovered. And they're young, at the time, it was under 30, under 40. And so what I'm trying to say to you, he said, man, Eric, I'm running my business. And I'm listening to him with such passion, such conviction that I got to make this work. Are y'all with me? But here I'm seeing somebody who just joined us 3 months ago is understanding, wow, 3 months ago, y'all, not 3 years. He just got here 3 months. He said, this is the best thing I ever seen. And I've been in this industry for like 15 years now. I'm so freaking wired up. I'm so freaking excited. I walked away from what I had before. I got to do this, and I'm running, and I ain't worried about my team because I'm out here. I'm personally recruiting. I'm personally building. I see the vehicle I have. And that was my takeaway. Eric, do you really see that you're in an exponential vehicle? And do you see it? Because one thing to see it and operate like you in an addition. It's one thing to see and know that I got what I got, but I'm operating like this. Is another thing to know and actually operate like this, how are you taking your business? Do you think this is all you got? Some of y'all just think this is all you got. Some of y'all think this is all you want. This is things all you can. You operate with the plus sign. But ladies and gentlemen, turn that thing to the side. It's a decision. It ain't oh, I gotta know all the great wisdom. No, we come here and drop nuggets every freaking single day that gives you everything you need to know to make that decision to operate this way. Now, y'all gonna say, Eric, you turned brand new. Nah, I just turned sideways and I gotta operate in exponential. And I'm asking y'all, type in the chat yes if you're coming with me, because you're going to see the exponential, Eric. It's just a decision. Type in the chat yes if you're now going to operate your business exponentially. Who's operating exponentially? Who's operating exponentially? The vehicle is there. It's a choice to turn sideways. And some of y'all may get stuck like, I still but go keep trying to figure it out. The vehicle doesn't care about your feelings, your emotions, your needs, your thoughts. Just turn it sideways and watch what happens to your business. Be ready to run. Mr. Gandy, you take it away, sir.
All right, all right. Another boatload, or maybe he emptied maybe a third of the bucket that he continues to keep with plenty of nuggets in it just now. And that takes us to none other than the recap relay, wherein we get a chance to lift up the nugget that the most exponential nugget that we've taken away from this morning's meeting call. So we appreciate each and every one of you getting on here. And we're going to start with handing the baton to none other than Mr. LaCole, E.D. Elijah Pye.
Wow, good morning, Mr. Eric. Thank you once again for sharing that. Two things that I take away from there. There's something that we always say. You want to change your life, just change the way you think. When you flip that phone, right, you just change it. That's it. Don't do too much. Just change the way you think and you will change your entire life. And the one thing that I also want to add to that is, when you talk about the business getting easier as you go, and just picture yourself in the forest and you see the small tree under the forest. They don't have more photosynthesis from the sun, right? But as they continue to grow, at some point, they become the bigger trees in the forest. And what happened to the bigger trees in the forest? They start attracting the bigger birds, the eagles, the hawks. But when they were low in the forest, none of those birds could locate them, right? Though when you grow up and you grow above the forest, become a bigger tree, you might also attract some storms too. But at the same time, you're going to attract some bigger birds that are flying by. The eagles, the big birds, they're going to stop. And that's what is happening in this business. As you grow, you start attracting more people and it makes the business easy. You're going to have more responsibilities. Like I always say, the ED is extra duty, right? But extra duty comes with extra reward. You become a bigger tree that attract the eagles. When they fly by, they're going to stretch on you. But if you are still under, it's not that you're going to die, but continue to grow because you are seeking for that photosynthesis, that sun. One day you're going to get there. Thank you for allowing me to share that back to you.
Awesome, awesome. All right. And we've got it in the zone. We are in this recap relay where you have 1 minute to expand on the biggest nugget that you've taken away from this morning's meeting. So with that being said, we know we got somebody else that got plenty of nuggets. There were plenty of nuggets put out there. So we know we got somebody that's got a nugget that's ready to take the baton, that is in the zone, that is in the holding station, ready to run. And if not, you know what happens? The coach steps in and says, well, it's your time to run. And we're going to give it to Miss Marcella Bragg.
Thank you. I just want to say, I just want to kind of piggyback on what Tiffany was talking about. Because when I tell you the words she was saying was something I was telling someone this weekend also, that I started sleeping on myself. I should have been so much further up the road. And every time Eric breaks it down, that it's really about numbers, it just lights more fire up under me that I have started getting out. Like on my way home, I stopped at this Bucky's. Wasn't able to really talk to the people, but I have a reason to go back because that Bucky's is built in the hometown where my grandfather was born. So I'm going back down there to look for family members, but also to go back in that store and talk to more people. So I'm just understanding now that it's all about numbers and how you think, just like Nicole said also. So
That's it. That's it. Without a shadow of a doubt. They put them in the car. Don't just ride in the car by yourself. Pick up some passengers along the way. Put them in a more car, then go to a van, put them in the bus, and then turn that bus into a fleet, and you'll be moving right along very well. And now I'm happy to say that we have a third leg that's running and is ready to get in the zone, and that is none other than Dr. Teresa O'Day.
Yes, thank you. Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone. Thank you, as always, Mr. Eric. It's really about the choice, um, because wherever we are, I was just thinking about that intensely yesterday. And even this morning, you just laid it out too. It's about the choice, because no matter where we are, whether we like it or not, we're going to experience some kind of stress, some kind of hardship in terms of navigating whatever we do. So if we choose that this is where we will uh, want to experience that in order to grow to being who we truly want and be able to impact others the way we want. So it's all about that choice. And again, the numbers. We can see it small, we can see it big, and it's all up to us. So I really thank you for stretching our vision here every day. And then the event, like you said, it's really the greater mind stretcher attending events. Thank you for letting me share.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. I know it's nuggets being dropped, and it is a beautiful thing to hear them come back at us. So, with that being said, we know better than any other, the one to wrap it all up and bring it home to make sure that we all get to the finish line just a little bit faster with all of the nuggets that are expanded upon each and every day would be none other than the lady that pulls it together and holds it and makes sure it's all documented better than any other, downtown Rita Brown.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising.
Grand Rise.
Happy Monday. All right.
Yes,
Every
yes.
time you blame an outside person or place, you steal the opportunity to improve. Staying in the car is the way. Sometimes it takes off fast, sometimes it doesn't. Just keep plugging into the morning calls and events. You will take off. We are walking millionaires. Stop being lazy. Our family can't wait for us to get there. Run with the folks trying to find their way, showing up and doing the work. We all have the opportunity and experience to make $1 million year after year. We have a play to run with a playbook already in place. Please make sure you are playing your position properly. Every team has a playbook. Follow the playbook. Not remembering how many applications you put in is a good problem to have. Always, don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about the embarrassment. Remember, you are building something for yourself for tomorrow and not for them. Consistently be present and talking to people. Big companies, big brokers do a good job in the money sector. When was the last time they called you? People need this information. Wall Street to Main Street. Get out of the my, and get with the we. Get past the excuses and do it. You got to be willing to run. And the example was some of us are okay with just being, we're going to say at 4. Some of us are okay with just the addition. 4 plus 4 is 8. Some of us multiply. 4 by times 4 is 16. Some of us are doing exponential growth, which is 4 to the 4th power, would be 256. We have an exponential growth machine called Xperia Financial Company. Some people are operating on addition, some are operating on multiplication, some on exponential growth, but we all have the same opportunity. On a calculator, some people operating on the basic mode. Turn it sideways for exponential growth. It's a choice. It takes more energy and effort to make less money. When you start making more money, the work is less harder. As your business grows, your life becomes easier, not necessarily less work. See the path, understand the vehicle you have. Stop worrying about you as the driver. We have a limited time frame. Start operating like that. We are in a race for time. Age does not matter. We have the right vehicle. Xperia is that car. Walk with the walkers, run with the runners, do not sit with the sitters. You got to make this work. Do you really see you in an exponential vehicle? How are you taking your business? With a plus sign, multiplication sign, or exponential growth? It's a decision to operate this way. It's not acting brand new. Just make a decision to turn sideways and work your business exponentially. Be ready to run. That's it. That's all.
Woo-hoo! Boom! Just dropped the bomb. Wow. Who can do it better than downtown Rita Brown? We thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what's happening around here. You just say every day from one day to the next, how can we learn any more than what's already been put out to us? And then the nuggets just keep on coming. I don't know what to say. This is some phenomenal stuff that we got going on here. And it's a beautiful thing to wake up and start your day each and every day with some of the most wonderful, positive, self-motivated, inspirational people on the planet, and learn more and more about how to better yourself and just grow in your own way. Man, with that being said, I'm just going to turn it back over to none other than the executive director himself, that wonderful Mr. Erik Robinson.
Woo! Thank you,
Take it
Mr.
away.
Candy. Thank you, sir. Man, amazing relay. Thank you, Rita Brown. You're just dropping it. Boom! Oh, Nicole, man, you icing on the cake. Couple quick announcements. I want to shout out Marcella Braggs driving all the way down to Houston. Thank you, Marcella, for showing up and being there. You had your green sheet shirt on. Everybody knew who she was, but she walked in the door, and it's like, they're like, man, I had my green sheet polo. It's like, you with her? With who? Marcella? Oh, that girl? Yeah, I'm with her. So it was just a great feeling, great experience. Loved it. Team in Houston, just shout out to all the Houston team, Tammy, for being there. It was just explosive. We had a big team. I was like, I didn't realize how many people was there. It was so big. We had to take 2 pictures. Took one picture. We thought we had everybody. Then another group came. Hey, I'm like, oh no, we got to take another picture because half left. So I mean, we packed our house. We was USAX was represented, well represented. Another announcement, quick announcement. Level Up Conference. Level up. Oh my goodness. I'm telling y'all, Level Up is going to be, this one is going to be the granddaddy of them all. I don't care where you are. I used to say 4 or 5 hour drive, 4 or 5 hour flight. I've been flying all over. I done drove 12 hours to Atlanta. I done flew 10 hours to the Dallas event the week before. Then I'm down. I then flew to Houston. And I'm telling you, I'm doing this on 1 hour sleep, 2 hours sleep. And so, but what I'm trying to tell you is, I can't keep it to myself now. I'm telling y'all, you just got to get there. But one of the things that stood out for me was I was at dinner. They had the ED dinner that night. And Juan was like, man, my phone, the here we go again, just keep ringing. He said, we had 50 guests in the room. He said, we had over 50 registered guests. And then my phone is again, here we go again. They was getting the guests to the events. And the business was growing. He was like, today we just like, we had so many people just join, right? So what am I trying to tell you? That one day is exponential growth. He said, how do you measure an event? If the event is good or not? He's like, people always say, hey, I went to the event. How was it? He said, I don't know. He said, what do you mean? He said, how was it? I don't know. He said, I don't know an event is good for the next 90 days. You won't know until you see the production. What's going to happen for the next 90 days? Do people walk away the same or do they walk away doing something? And I think about that every day we go on this call. This is an event. We come on here every day. The next 90 days, is your business still looking the same 90 days later, 60 days later? So your business is still looking the same, then something you're doing is wrong, and get with your coach. Are y'all with me? If your business is still looking the same, get with your coach. If your income still looking the same, get with your coach. I got to get with my coach. Hey, coach, you got something's going on. Why? Because it's looking the same. Are y'all with me? And it's at every level. Okay? Every level. So level up. This is going to be phenomenal. I'm telling you, F&G is going to be there, and NLG, everybody's excited. They're going to get some training that you want to know how some of the top producers produce. This is what it's going to be. Like, we're not going to get this is going to, I told them, and they specific. We don't want the stuff you're going to get on the POT, the product training. I don't want the stuff you're doing at all these other events. No, we need to get down in the weeds. What's not about your product, about the processes, right? What are some of your, because they see some people who are making a lot of money, who put in a lot of application. Y'all talk to these folks. I need you to bring that. And the cool thing is I have a relationship with Blake and with Maurice and everything. It's like, they're like, man, Eric, I can't wait to get to level up for the vendor side. We got the speakers. You want to get here. But more importantly, you want to right now start packing the house. Start inviting people. I'm giving you all the thing. Start inviting some guests. Talk to your friends and family members. There's going to be a recognition ceremony so you can invite your guests out to get recognized. We're going to talk about more about that tonight on our team huddle. You want to get there and watch your business grow. I'm telling you. Okay? So we're all hands on, level up. Bam, bam, bam. All roads lead to level up. All roads lead to the ring. We got a new flyer out. I'm ready to drop it. Then, so that's the second last thing. Insurance Bros. I put the link in the chat. We need y'all support. We need y'all to click the link and watch at least 5 minutes of this episode. Share it with your team. This one it's some golden nuggets in there. But me and Uncle Jock, we need y'all to click on the Insurance Bros and check out the new YouTube channel. Subscribe to the new YouTube channel. But share this with friends, family, everybody. Just start sharing. I'm telling you, because the information in there is not. We talk about current events, but we talk about topics, but we relate it back to life insurance, and now it's a different way for your prospect to go, ooh, okay, oh wow, just like you share funny pet tricks and silly other videos with everybody else. Share this because now they start watching. They're going to, oh, okay, it's a different approach to this, and now they can like, oh, y'all do this? Oh, y'all do key man insurance? Oh, y'all got this thing right here? Y'all got the $1 million baby policies? Oh, y'all, you follow me? It's a different way. So we need y'all to share it and let's get it out there because that brings the attraction. As Nicole says, it starts to elevate. We can get this photosynthesis. We can get some of the sunlight. Because then when your business starts to raise, the eagles get to come on. You said, how do I attract eagles? Well, the eagles sometimes can't find your tree. You so far to be in the little trees, right? So let's grow so we can attract the eagles, the big birds. Are y'all with me? So with that being said, love y'all. Team huddle tonight. We got the leaders on tap today at 2:00. Go get it. Let's make a difference today. Day by day. Make an impact. I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Peace of the Lord be with you.
And also with you. Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
I just want to beat you to the punch because you say, hey, Eric. So I just want to beat you to the punch. I ain't want nothing. All right, bye.
Oh, hey, Eric, I do say something. I do got a meeting today with the old boy today.
Okay, cool. Let me know how it went.
At 2:00.
All right, tell me about it.
Cause I gotta do the second the marketing guy.
Okay, cool. Let me know how it went, all right?